All right. Hey guys. Hey, welcome to October. You have been personally invited onto this call by one of the leaders because you're a gold or above and you're actively working your business and you're a leader on this team. And we are so excited for what October has to bring and closing out the last quarter of the year. And so we wanted to kind of get together and share some ideas with you, some thoughts with you, get motivated together, because I know that Christine and Aaron and I, we draw so much motivation off of each other each and every day. And so we just really kind of wanted to kick off October with you guys. And so I want to go over just a couple really quick housekeeping things. And that is to make sure that you guys saw, first of all, the incentives. I really want to hit home on the first thing, which is $25 for signing just one person. And a lot of teams are calling this each one, reach one. So each one of you reach one person, change one life. Because how many people do we have on our team that aren't really, doing anything because they're here for the wholesale or they're not interested? Let's just start having conversations with those people and let's call that initiative each one reach one. Let's just get each and every single person comfortable with sharing one person. If you've been around on the last couple calls that we've done, Aaron has talked about the frog system and how just getting each person to just find one person. Hey, let's change one person's life. Who's that going to be today? But the rest of that incentive is sign 3. You get a really cute Tervis and a mixer, and sign 6 is the NutriBullet. We also have Gold Diggers. Our pop-up parties are the 7th, the 14th, and the 21st at 8 o'clock. Those are Wednesdays, 8 o'clock Eastern time. And then we have book club, again, still 7 o'clock on Wednesdays. Guys, come to that. It's really fun. We're going to read, Christine, help me out.
Get over your damn self.
Thank you. Get over your damn self. And then November 2nd. So right now we have the Easy Energy Challenge going on. We don't want to do 2-week challenges all the time, but we want to do one on the 2nd of November. And the qualifier for that one is not specific products this time, but it is $130 in personal PV. So that's not your customers ordered from you, or you've got $50, PV and your husband has 25. It is 130 on your account or whoever's account is joining that challenge. Okay. So let's kick this thing off. First thing I want to do is I want to start with a little exercise, a little activity. If you're driving, you're not going to be able to do it in the chat, but you can do like a thumbs up, thumbs down if it's safe. If you already have one hand on the phone and one on the wheel, don't do it. Do not do it. Because you'll be like, Amy told me to. No. So I just want to ask you guys some questions, and we're just going to get real. And you can either give your thumbs up like this, thumbs down, or do it in the chat. Mute everyone, Chris.
Mute everyone. Hold on. My thing's low.
Okay. So, all right. Who loves Plexus? We're going to start off real easy. Who loves Plexus? Right? Okay. All right. We got this. All right. Who loves their products? Okay. This is good. We're doing good. We're doing really good. You guys are 2 for 2. This is great. Okay. Who is super consistent with their products? Takes them every single day. Okay. All right. Who set goals for themselves for September? Set goals. You set your goals. You wrote them down. You had them. Great. Who mapped out those goals with specifics on how you were going to achieve that goal or those goals? Oh boy, I'm starting to lose some people. It's just going bad. All right. It's okay. That's the point of this. Okay. How many of you were actively in your perks report, maybe twice a week, actively in your perks report? All right. Be honest here, people. All right. We got about half. All right. How many of you log into and are in your virtual office at least daily, every other day, something like that, with a very consistent purpose? Okay. How many of you have chats with your runners going and you're active in those chats all the time? Okay. How many of you set your goals with your leaders and help encourage them to meet those goals? Okay. And how many of you hit your September goals? Okay. All right. So I wanted to do that little activity because in order to get to this at the end of the month, right? I hit my goals. We need to be thumbs up on all those questions. We need to be thumbs up on all the activity, all the time that it takes to get there. And here's what often ends up happening, myself included, Erin, Christine. Day one, man, you're like, I am going for it. Leaders retreat, look out. I'm going to get the shopping spree. I'm going to sign 15 people this month. I'm going to have 10 silvers, right? You got all these big things. And then like day 4, you're like, I got nothing. By day 6, like it's crickets. We don't even hear from you guys anymore. We're like, hello, where's it? Is anybody there? Hey, do you remember me? I'm with Plexus, right? And so I think if we all are looking honestly at ourselves and our goals and we go, I didn't hit that goal in September. We need to honestly take a look at what activities we hit this on, because this needs to be this month in order to get us to hit our goals. Being in the perks, being in your virtual office, chatting with your teammates, helping and encouraging them, figuring out what motivates them to get them to work towards their goal. Maybe it's simply just reaching out and working with them on a bad day because, man, they're just not feeling it today. And just you reaching out really helped them. Okay. So most of you, I'm assuming, you can read the chat. Can people read the chat? Everybody can read the chat other than those that are driving. Okay. So what I want to do is, because we know that the things that we say about ourselves, right? We know these things that we say about ourselves, that others say about ourselves, it really affects and impacts our business. And so what I want to do is I am going to put a list here in the chat. And I want you guys in the chat now, when I give you this list, I want you to assign different things to different people, okay? So whatever it says, I want you to be like, yes, this is Erin O'Keefe. Yes, this is Amy Kosmowski. This is Robin Zampier. Okay. All right, so here we go. I'm going to put this in here. Hold on, paste. Okay. All right, so you're going to give people these different assignments. What's wrong? I'm seeing some really sad faces right now.
Y'all can put thrives in recognition for me. It's fine.
All right, so here's the thing. I don't see anybody typing in this. And I saw a lot of faces like, is she serious right now? What's happening? I guarantee you, if I went down that list, I could say those things about myself. I could say some of those things about myself, right? And why is it okay for us to say these negative things over ourselves, over our business, over our leadership abilities, over the way our body looks, over whatever it is? Why is it okay for us to place this negativity over ourselves and our business when not one person on this call would have done that to you? Not one person would have labeled you as any of those things. And so if you are holding on to these things that are negative, it's only going to negatively impact your business, right? Okay, so here's what I want to do next. I'm going to give you another list. Now where are we at? Come on, hit me up. Tell me what you think about some people. Oh, I see smiles now. You guys looked at this list and you were like, ooh, I like this. Guys, happy thoughts make us do things that are good in this world. Negativity stops us. When you guys saw that negative list, your faces, your body language, everything changed. You were having fun. We were having a good time. And then all of a sudden you just stopped. But yet we talk this negativity over ourselves every day. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. You know, she's better than I am. She already crushed this. He already did that. And look what it does. It stops us. But now I'm putting in some positive things, and here we are. We're coming back. Everybody's smiling. You're commenting. You're loving on other people. I'm loving this, guys. This is what it's all about. This is what it's all about, is loving on people and loving on yourself, being positive, meeting each day with a what can I do? What am I capable of? Because guys, there's a lot of stuff that I suck at, that I'm just terrible at. But you know what? If I focus on those things that I suck at, I'm not going to do any good today. So what I need to do is focus on my abilities. I need to focus on my wheelhouse, my strength, and I need to offer that to the world. And I need to be that light in the world, because that is what's going to help me accomplish my goals. Not focusing on what I can't do, what I didn't do, what I should do, none of that. So you guys are commenting. I'm loving this. Christine's an encourager. O'Keefe is organized. Karen is passionate. Bethany, bringing you back to the Gold Diggers retreat, right? That was fun. Keep talking, Tanya. Oh Lord, here we go. Conceited. Oh, no. Y'all are all of these. So inspiration is Heidi. Selfless is Robin. Guys, there's so many more positive words. Breathe this light. Breathe this into yourself, into your business, into your leaders, into the people that are just joining you today, that just joined you yesterday. Be that light, because we all need a whole lot more of that than we do of that, those nasty words, right? Of that icky feeling, because none of us need that. So I wanted to start with this little activity because I think that oftentimes we get stuck and we get into a place where we're not moving. And the other thing that I wanted to say, and I'm loving reading these still, the other thing that I wanted to say is, you know, as leaders, we are no different than you. As diamonds in this company, we are no different than you. We're constantly evaluating and figuring out what works, what doesn't work, and we're changing things up constantly. And so we want to ask all of you, if you're doing something in your business and it's not working, change it. If it's not producing results in your business, change it. Figure out how you can fix it. Figure out how you can make it better. Because if you're not in the direction that you want to go, if you're doing something and you're just spinning your wheels and you're not moving forward in your business, figure what that is and fix it. You know, just really attack that and change that one thing. Okay, or two things, or 10, whatever it is. Okay. So next up is, I'm going to turn it over to Christine. That was just my little activity to get you guys smiling tonight. I'm glad to see all your faces in one spot. And I'm going to turn it over to Christine.
All right. Sorry, still admitting people here. Oh, Amy, wait a minute. Can you mute yourself? I don't know if it's you. I think you were the only one unmuted. Unmute everyone.
Sorry, it's Liz. I just rejoined.
That's okay. That's okay. All right. All right, guys. So I am going to be coming at you with a little bit of tough love. And I hope that you all know me enough to know that I feel like I can cry. That everything I'm going to say truly does come from a place of love. And if you know me, I don't ask anything of you. I don't give you any advice and just blow smoke out of my butt. Okay. Like, I've been there, I've done it, I've lived it. So, you know, I'm big on mindset because I've been there. It's never ending for me. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about excuses. And what has motivated me from the beginning. So I think we all know that we are part of the most generous company in the world, as far as I'm concerned, right? Like, I've worked in corporate America. I've done accounting. I've never worked for a company ever like Plexus. I remember, I'm pretty positive this was 2014, because I'm pretty positive I was pregnant with Bailey and I could not go to Leaders Retreat. But I remember the very first time, Erin and Amy can back me up here, when they gave away iPads. And I was blown away. I was like, are you kidding me right now? it's crazy the things that stick in our mind, right? Because I remember going out to dinner with Randy, Pizzeria Uno, and we were having this discussion, and I was like, how this company must be racking in the bucks, because for them to be able to give away iPads, this many iPads, they must, like, how can they even afford to do that? And how can they make it so that it's so easy for us to be able to earn one, right? So they really, 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 truly do incentivize us in the most incredible ways. And they do that because if you have not read the Color Personalities book, like, people, we're all motivated in different ways, right? But and people are going to work for all these different amazing incentives that the company offers. But here is what I truly believe. I believe that once you are at this level, once you are reach the level of gold, you really have a taste of what this compensation plan provides, and your belief in the business and in Plexus itself really starts to sink in, right? And it's then that those incentives kind of just become icing on the cake. Like, to me, it's all just icing on the cake. So when I earn that extra $100 for signing 3 ambassadors, or I earn a blender, or whatever the case is, like, that's amazing, but that's not what's incentivizing me and pushing me to grow my business. All right. What's pushing me to grow my business is the most generous compensation plan in the entire world. I've never done network marketing before, but I've heard from Sonia, I've heard from Helen that there is no other compensation plan in network marketing like Plexus. Okay. So that is what is pushing me. And it's not the money that's pushing me. I mean, obviously it is the money, but it's my why. Okay. So that, between the compensation plan and your why, that is what should be pushing you constantly. Like, I don't care if you just joined yesterday or if you're like us and you joined 7 years ago, your why is constantly going to be evolving, but that's what's going to be pushing you. So here's what happens, okay, in my mind, when your why is not strong enough or your why hasn't evolved, right? You start letting the distractions around you get the best of you. And you might start watching more Netflix, for example, than you did when you were in full momentum, right? It's easy to make excuses, especially now with all that's going on in life, right? So easy to make excuses. We all have problems. And I'm not trying to minimize anyone's problems, because I've been there. Like, I've been there. I've dealt with the worst of the worst. I'm not here for a sob story to give you a sob story, but my dad's had a nervous breakdown. My mom had cancer 3 times and died from a stroke. I dealt with infertility. I almost died after Bailey was born. Like, I've been there, okay? I know excuses. I know being down and out, all right? I know life's problems. And I know all of the time-consuming tasks, and I know them now, along with a lot of you guys, okay? Lots of us have turned into teachers right now. It's time-consuming. But those excuses are going to do nothing but get in the way of you accomplishing your goals and your dreams. I'm here to tell you that right now. So if your why is not big enough and you're not showing up, those you're just they're excuses. Okay, they're excuses. There's really no other way to put it out there. But when you were pushing for a rank, okay, when we were in full momentum over the last 3 or 4 months, it is undeniable that this is all anybody thought about, right? We thought about how many ambassadors we were going to sign. We thought about how we were going to rank. We thought about reaching out to our teams. We thought about communicating with our teams, because we had growing on our mind and our teams were excited. And why were our teams excited? Because we are their leaders and we were involved and we were communicating with them. And it is so true. The speed of the leader is the speed of the team. And when you slow down, your team is going to slow down. Okay? That is just the way that it's going to go. I made a post yesterday and about time freedom, and Erin and I were having this discussion yesterday, and then Amy last night kind of clarified for me, I should have used the word time flexibility. I used the word time freedom. But when Erin and I were chatting, I said, I don't have time freedom. Like, I don't really like that term. And I didn't think of the word at the time, but it's flexibility. Okay. I have time flexibility. I'm not going to have time freedom until I have 25,000 points. That's when time freedom comes. That's when I can take a month off. All right. Right now, I can't take a month off, but I can work in my car. I can work when my kids are in bed in the morning. I can work when my kids right now are in bed at night. I can work in the little nooks and crannies of my day, but I have to work. Like, working never stops. And it's never stopped for me from day one. And I don't say that, to make it sound like I'm coming from a conceited place. Okay. I say this because I'm just being honest with you, and trying to give you the truth and how and why we got to where we are, because I know that you are on this call because this is where you want to be too. And this is what you need to do in order to get there. You need to communicate with your team. You need to throw your excuses out the window, because that is all that they are, is excuses. Okay. I also believe, if you know me, I'm a spiritual person. I really believe that if God put you into this business, like, and he put this on your path, it is his will to put this in your path. But he's not going to do this for you, okay? It's not just going to be like, oh, I was meant to be a diamond. God put this in my life and I was meant to be a diamond. No, he put this in your life and you have a choice, okay? So you have a choice to work your business every day or not. And when I say that, I don't mean posting on your wall every day, and sharing with your audience about how much you love Plexus and how much, like, this compensation plan and this opportunity, what it's done for you. I mean, logging into your back office, like Amy said, every day. Okay. I've been logging into my back office every single day for almost 7 years. Logging into your back office, checking your reports, seeing who's ordered in process, seeing who's close to a rank, looking at perks points, whatever the case may be, but just getting familiar. And in the beginning, the three of us, we didn't have the back office that we have now. I was in that back office and I was digging deep with whatever information I could find. Like, those were my IPAs. My IPAs were researching BioCleanse and the ingredients and how it could help people and what magnesium was going to do for people. That's just an example. Okay. So I was in there. I was back there digging deep every single day. All right. I mean, and when I say working your business every day, I mean motivating your team, guys. Okay. Participating in team events. I'm really sad that there's a lot of people who should be on this call and hearing what we're saying, and they're not. And because they're not, their team is not going to show up either. That is the truth of the matter. If you are not showing up, your team is not going to show up. There are plenty of events. You don't have to take part in all of them, but you should be taking part in at least one of them. Okay. So again, when your team slows down, when you slow down, your team slows down, and quite honestly, your paycheck suffers. And we're doing this because we want the paycheck, right? We want the diamond pay, or whatever it is. Maybe you're not even searching for diamond. Maybe you're just searching for ruby, senior ruby, emerald, whatever it is. But whatever it is, you want that pay, okay? And it's going to suffer if your team is not, if you're slowing down and your team is slowing down. So I'm here to tell you, successful people, I promise you, are taking responsibility for our actions, okay, and for our successes. And we're not placing blame on anyone else for our failures or for when our business sucks. That's no one's responsibility except the person who is staring back at you, okay? I'm not trying to be super hard on you, because I've been there. I've had to blame myself too. I know that there are times when my business suffered, because I had to take a step back for whatever reason. But I know that when I'm successful, it is because I worked my ass off, and I have communicated with my team, and I'm in touch with my team, and I'm pushing them, and I'm being a servant to my team, and I am helping my team reach their goals. I've said this forever. Take yourself out of the equation. If you're helping your team to reach their goals, whether it's 1 ambassador, 10 ambassadors, whether it's having a party, attending an online event, whatever the case may be, if you're helping your team, you are automatically going to see yourself grow. Plain and simple. Okay? An excuse is nothing more than excuse. That is all that it is. And you can either, make your excuses, or you can make money. That's the plain and simple of it.
Can I hop in for just one quick second? Because I just
I'm
wanted
done.
to, because I had something to say. one thing that came to mind about, that hit home with me is you were saying, when you're going for a goal, when you're going for a rank up and you're working, we know that because you guys are reaching out to us and you're all excited. And then we know when you get quiet, we know when you're not working. And so the other thing that we need to know as leaders and that you need to know about your teammates is, what is it? What is it that's going to help dig you out of that hole? Is it a butt kicking? Is it a, hey, Aaron, I'm just checking on you because you've been quiet this week. Is everything okay? Like, you should know what it takes to get your friend, your teammate out of that slump. And you should just know, every single person, I know to kick Aaron around. I know not to kick Christine around as hard, but Aaron, I can be like, look, what are you doing? Right? But Chris, I'm going to be like, hey girl, hey, what's going on? Everything okay? Right? Because I know them and I want you guys to know your people too. We all need to know how to treat our friends and our teammates that are in this with us. Because I know when you guys aren't working. I know when you are going for a rank. I know when you are going for a rank. I know when you are going for a rank. I know when you are going for a rank because I talked to you, because you talked to me every day and you were messaging me every day. And then all of a sudden you hit a rank and it's radio silent, right? Why is that? Is it because we're so far away from the next rank that you're like, well, I need to take a month off or 7?
And you know who else knows? And you know who else knows when you're reaching for a rank? Not just your upline, but your downline. Because that's the only time a lot of you, not you, I'm not trying to point fingers because it's just the truth of the matter, okay? That's when a lot of people are in better communication, I want to say, with their team, okay? Don't make your team feel like you're only chatting with them because you want them to get their team active or you want them to sign more ambassadors. Like, again, if you're helping them to reach their goals, you shouldn't have to worry about that.
And what if you were rallying all the time? What if you were excited to change one life at a time, rallying constantly, working with each other, one life at a time? Let's change another life today. Let's do it today. Not make it about a rank up, not make it about you, about changing lives. Like, what you got, team? Let's do this. Who's going to change a life today?
And how do we know when your radio is silent? We don't see you in the back office adding enrollments. We don't see you in chats. We don't see you on the posting. We don't see you in team pages encouraging. We have such visibility over you. We're like big brother stalkers. But we're also like, I guess we can transition to me, Chris, if you're done, but we care. Like we ask because we care. And we always want your honesty and transparency if there's something going on. And listen, raise your hand or put your thumbs up if you felt Christine was talking directly to you, because that's how I felt. Amy, Chris, and I both had a bad month last month too. Like, I lost 10% of my business. I lost 300 pay points. I'm not holding diamond, just so you know. I'm going to be very honest, but I lost 10% of my business and I didn't show up. I did everything I told you not to do. I broke in momentum instead of rested. I mean, I still showed up. My enrollments were down. My visibility was down. I wasn't posting as much. I wasn't as visible in chats. I'm very honest. I'm never going to blow smoke up your ass. And what happened when I did that? My business suffered. And, I have to own it. I will never point fingers at my team. I will never say, you did this, or you did this, or you did this. I own it. And I'm okay with it. And now I know what to do. And I know that I do not have 25,000 pay points. I can't take a month off for virtual school. So a lot of the stressors that you guys had last month, I had too. Like, my kids were crying every day, sitting here on a computer, or the weeks they were in school, I got to work a little bit more. I had a lot. And I know some of you are going back to work now, or some of you have kids home full time. I know it's hard. But I'm telling you, when you do take time off, it will suffer. But the good news is you can always get it back going. You can always get it back going. And you know how to do that by getting into activity, by doing the things, by talking to your team, all the things that Amy said. New recruits, enrollment. So I'm going to kind of go down my list, as organized as time.
One quick thing to that.
No.
I just want to share that you can get it back. I was talking to Jayla. She's a sideline sister. She had 5 points in January, friends. She swept the Leaders Retreat contest and is going for Senior Ruby. Okay. She had
Amazing.
5 points. Her business went down to 5 points and she decided enough is enough. I'm going for it. She plugged into weekly pop-up parties. She started doing her own. She started doing the activities that it requires to build a business. She showed up and look what happened.
And
I just-
sometimes when we just go.
Just wanted to like piggyback off of what you were saying about your business and slowing down. It shouldn't be just because, I mean, we are at a different level and we are not slowing down, the three of us, okay? But even if we did, like, again, you shouldn't be because you should be pushed by the compensation plan. And I don't say this to sound conceited in any way, shape, or form, but we've kind of earned to be able to take a couple of days off and not worry that our team is going to just shit the bed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When I was going for diamond or any rank, I was so
Yeah.
motivated by that. I didn't need Kathleen, Christine, Amy, Candy, or Jana to show up every single day.
I didn't even
I
have
showed
anyone
up
to show up
every
every day. Amy, Aaron, Kathleen, and I were all running together. Like we had nobody. Like we were running together, so it's not like we had an upline to kind of peter out. Like we just were motivated and self-driven and knew what we wanted, and our whys were just pushing us every single day, and it still is. Like I'm not just gonna sit back and be like, okay, I'm just gonna you know, take the money and do nothing. Like my whys have changed. Like they're bigger and better now. So I'm working for those whys now, as opposed to what I was working for 7 years ago. But don't wait for your leader, because there's plenty of people. You may have been on our pop-up party for the last 2 weeks. We had Brianne Coolidge and we had Joe Renfro. They don't even have uplines, and they have both made it to diamond. They had nobody pushing them. So if you don't see your upline as visible, you don't know what's going on in their life, but that shouldn't stop you from working your business. Okay, go. I'm done.
Okay. So I sort of have a list, and I'm just going to kind of hammer through it. So, but just some basics. So this is for you guys. So if you're newer gold, or if you are not a newer gold, but these are the things that you see. Every month, you are normally going to lose 10 to 20% of enrollments. That's just what's going to happen. That is not just Plexus. That is any company you join. I was in Leah Sophia before. I've hired 3 people. By the end of the next month, 2 people, if I didn't keep adding. That is normal attrition, guys. That is normal fall off. So when I hear people say, so-and-so quit, so-and-so quit, so what? I think I had 8 people quit in the same week last month, like literally. It happens. But if we're not continuing to enroll or getting your team to enroll also, it is, you're going to keep going backwards. So if you're a gold and you had 110 points, and then the next month you had 100, and then the next month you had 90, that is normal if you don't keep adding. If you do absolutely nothing in terms of enrollments, you're going to lose 10% every month, okay? So reason I'm telling you that, you might already know that. When you have someone growing a business, a silver, a super senior, whatever they call it this week, silver, a new gold, when they start having those conversations with you, that's what you have to tell them. Hey, Susie, I know you just went backwards 10 points. Listen, totally normal. You're a new gold. But I didn't see that you added anyone this month. I didn't see you add 3 to 6 people this month. So that is what's going to happen if you don't. So these are the conversations you need to have with people. Now, you're the leader of your team. You have those conversations. Because I can't have those conversations with every single person. It's just so many. All right, so the months that you were adding 10 to 20 to 30, and listen, I have to give a shout out to Robin. She's on here. Her team added 17 last month and developed 2 silver. So she had a great month. And she has a nice little camaraderie going with her group. It's really nice. So anyway, so the months that you did add 10 to 20, what were you doing to get those enrollments? I bet you were showing up every day. I bet you were attending parties, hosting your own, doing the things that get people to enroll and get people to use our products. So take a look back into those calendars and say, hey, in July, my team added 20, August 0, August 2. That's not going to grow your business. That is going to decline your business. And that's no surprise if it goes backwards. Okay. So in order to keep that hamster wheel going, you got to keep adding that 10 to 20. And as your team gets bigger, 30, 50, 100, unfortunately, 200, 300 for Amy and Christine. So think about that. And in a minute, we're going to go over some strategy for you guys for this month. Okay, we're going to do that now. Wait. Okay, but first we're going to focus. First, I have to focus before I can tell you to freaking focus. I'm like a squirrel right now. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to pick a lane. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you're either going to plug in to all the Goal Diggers, all their parties, or you're going to do your own and not plug into Goal Diggers. Or if you're in Val and Kathleen's team, they have a lot of great content. They have a new group going. They have their own team page. So if you're in that, plug into that, but pick a lane. And the reason I say that, I'm going to call out Tanya because I know she doesn't mind. She loves me, and it's a good example. So the other day she posted about a 3-day challenge, and that was right after the E's and right after the whatever weekly group and right after this and right after that, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm just trying for something else. And I'm like, I get it, but you're confusing me. So imagine how your audience feels if you're promoting this in this page and this in this page and this on Tuesday night and this on Wednesday night and this on Friday morning. That is like overkill for yourself and your audience. Okay. And when I see it on people's pages, like I have it this. So if Kathleen and Val, and they have great content in their team page, I'm in it. I see what they're doing. If you want to do that team page and plug into those events, do that. Go all in with that. If you like Amy and Christine and Minds, you guys, you have options. That is the great thing. And every leader shines differently. So you can pick which one you want to plug into. And if you're not in Kathleen's, that doesn't pertain to you, but my team and some of Christine's team. Or if you're doing your own events for your own team, plug into that, but don't promote all the other stuff too, okay? Pick a lane and focus because your audience is going to be confused. And I can't say that enough. So here's what we built for you this month to build strategy. Obviously, you're going to post every day, do Facebook stories, draw people in with your testimonies and your own personal stories, and you can get enrollments that way. But also we built 3 events, and we did them strategically. We did them the 17th to 14th to the 21st because we wanted the last 10 days of the month for something else. I'm going to get to that. So if you want to plug into our events, they are going to be a little bit more focused, like a migraine event. We haven't decided yet, and we could take your feedback. Or a thyroid event, or a weight loss event, or a workout event, a health and fitness, or how Plexus helps you in the health and fitness. They're going to be a little bit more focused. And I know that leaves out certain groups, but it also helps with marketing. So that migraine event, we had so many people in there. It didn't turn into a lot of enrollments. I think people didn't know what to do with their people afterwards, but we had so many people in there. And the thyroid event, so many people. So if we can focus event and get strong speakers, and I don't know if you're tired of hearing our voices every Wednesday night, but I'm tired of hearing our voices. So we are going to look for different speakers and gear them towards a certain audience. And I hope that helps you with your marketing, getting people into events, only doing it once a week, 3 weeks out of the month. So that's what we're building. Write those dates down if you do want to do the Goal Diggers calls. We're also doing a an intermittent fasting event. I don't know if some of you were in the Joanna Slavin one. She's the one who's lost like 80 pounds with Plexus. I think she's a Sapphire. We have her whole outline, but we're doing this strategically. So you're going to work the whole month of November, we haven't even announced it yet because I don't really want you promoting it now because it's not till November 2nd. But the whole month in October, to get people, they're 130 PV. That's the minimum requirement to get in. And then if they want, they can attend the event. So you're going to use your partial PVers. You're going to, when it comes time to promote, we're going to have a ton of before and afters for you to promote the event. We're going to have graphics. There's going to be a marketing toolkit that Amy's going to create, just like the Ease one. And we're going to help you promote that event. But you're going to work the last 10 days of the month promoting that event. So you have all until October 31st to try to get your people commission qualified. And that is going to help you get points. That's going to help people get into that group, and they're going to get results and really learn about intermittent fasting and, the health benefits of it. So those are the things that we built. So you guys can come along with us, and we would love that. The more, the merrier. You can build your own things, but you have to do something. You can't just expect your team to post. You can't just expect your team to invite. You got to rally your troops. So talk to your teammates. Hey, Wednesday night, Gold Diggers is having a call about health and fitness or weight loss. Let's get all of our people in there, and each person maybe even do a prize for everyone that adds 3, whatever. Use the company promos, but like Christine said, that is really just icing on the cake. Like, I will never be motivated by a blender or a Yeti. I like money. I am motivated by the compensation plan. So as you build your business and trips, I like trips. As you build your business, you are going to earn these prizes as an icing on the cake. It's not the cake. Like Amy talked about earlier, use the frog system. Each one add one. So I didn't read through the FAQs today. So is it $20 enrollment plus 25? Okay, so $45 for your first enrollment. And if you have, more than one ambassador, you also get pay points on top of that. So another 15. So pretty awesome stuff. I enrolled someone today. Tanya did too. So congrats. Way to kick off the month, me and Tanya.
I mean, that's basically $55 to $60 for impacting one life.
Right. And I want you guys to really change your narrative. I'm going to do it too. I'm writing it down, and I'm going to look through these in a second, these comments. Fallon Black was senior gold. She has now, like, God, she could take 3 years off. And I think she's got like 30,000 pay points or something stupid like that. But she, at one point, was stuck at senior gold for 2 years. And she just wrote down and started saying every single day, I have the fastest growing team in Plexus. I have the fastest growing team in Plexus. As a senior gold, I have the fastest growing team in Plexus. Because when you sit there and say, no one's posting, no one wants to work, no one wants to share, no one, that's what's going to happen. But when you start breathing life into your business and into yourself, amazing things are going to start happening. And I've been there too. I've been like, oh God, no one's working. Well, Erin, you're not doing anything either. So, I mean, those are just my tips. Like, breathe life into your business and start writing down, I have the fastest growing team in Plexus. I have the fastest growing team in Plexus. I didn't write goals for September. I am a goal freak. I am an organized OCD highlight goal freak. Tanya called me OCD today. I'm like, you think? I didn't write them down. And guess what? I lived up to that. Didn't hit anything. So bet your butt. Tomorrow's goal day, and I'll be writing down my goals, and I'll be writing down my team's goals too, because I like to pass that on. Really, really important to set the bar high with your team, because people don't care about letting themselves down. They care about letting you down. If you have someone going for silver and they have 2, okay, come on, you got 1 left. Let's go. Who can you think of? You have to be knocking on their door to set the bar for them. I do that for my team all the time. They either love it, me, or hate me for it, but whatever. You map out your team, see who's at 30 points, 25, 15, 20, 30 points. You're going to raise the bar and say, you're going for senior silver this month. If you have a senior silver, you're going for gold this month. Put them all in a chat and everyone cheer each other on, okay? And show up in that chat as much as you possibly can, at least every other day. But really know your back office, know who has what points, know who needs to hit silver, who has 1, who has 2. You're going to go for silver this month. Well, I don't know what that means. Well, you're going to have 3 people, that kind of stuff. So really spend a day going through your back office, seeing who has what points. And I don't know if everyone knows how to sort in their back office, but every line at the top, PV, join date, team points, if you click on it twice, it sorts from highest to lowest. So I go back there every day and I look at my team points and I click on it twice and it goes from my 0 PVers to Liza's my top PV, pay point person. So she's at the top and then down. So that way it's a really easy way to organize, and then you can scroll down to all those 25, 30 pointers and really set the bar high to like push them to senior silver this month. Go ahead. Thank you for raising your hand.
You're welcome. I just wanted to say, because you said, if you don't know how to do it, nothing is going to disappear back there. Let's be very clear.
Play around.
Don't know how to do it. Get back there and start playing around. Start clicking on stuff until you figure it out, because that's what I did. There are videos, but if you're too impatient for all that stuff, start clicking around, see what happens. Like, You don't know until you try. Sorry. Go
And
ahead.
and the excuse can't be I hate the back office. I don't love it either. There are a million things I'd like to change, but that's what we got and that's where our information is. Just wish it was a little faster right now than it is these days. Loading, like just load my points. So go through your team, like I said, set your personal goals. Where do you want your pay points to be and work backwards? So if you're gold, maybe the goal this month isn't senior gold, but set the goal for senior gold and maybe realistically you grow 50 points because you add 10 to 15 teammates. I know some people fell off. If you are, you know, a Ruby and you're close to senior Ruby, set the bar to 8, like Tanya told me this morning, it's not it's senior Ruby, it's 800 points is her goal. So she's going to blow past senior Ruby. Okay. So set the bar a little bit higher than you think that you should, and then work up to that. But the biggest thing is consistency. Consistency is everything. Show up for your business. And it's hard because it's a voluntary army. You are the voluntary army. You lead a voluntary army, and you can't make people work. And that's the thing. You just have to kind of cast vision, and they got to want to do it themselves. I'm done. Shocking.
Okay. So I just want to ask a few questions again, because, you know, why not? So who has set their goals for October? Okay. We have 1 or 2, 3, maybe. Okay. So if you have not set them yet, tomorrow is going to be your goal day, right? Or tonight before you go to bed. And then how many of you are going to map out your goal? And what I mean by that, if you haven't tuned into some of the most recent calls with Aaron and I, is you're going to sit down and figure out what it takes. So if you're going for leaders retreat, you're looking at, I need to get Mary to silver because that's going to get me 75, credits. Boom, Mary, silver. Here's how I'm going to help her do it, right? You're writing out how that's going to happen, mapping it out. That way you can be checking off activities. Because if your goal is you need 500 leaders retreat credits or something, but you don't know how to get there, every day you're just going to be spinning your wheels, right? You need to have a map, a vision, things written down to tell you how you're going to get there. Okay, so who's going to map out their goals? Yes, okay. For those of you that joined in late, we did this earlier on and most people failed, including myself, on how we did in September. We were given the thumbs up and thumbs down. So how many of you are going to get into your perks report at least twice a week? How many people are going to be in their virtual office every single day? How many people are going to be in constant communication with their teammates, especially their runners? How many people are going to reach out to their inactive people and get them on board for our November 2nd intermittent fasting? Because that's an easy one, guys. This is a challenge. Let's get them in on some prizes, some fun, just maybe hitting a few goals. So how many of you are going to go
lose weight before Thanksgiving? They are going to be hooked on Plexus and they will lose weight.
$130 in products, guys. That's the PB requirement, or a brand new ambassador this month. They could join this month and do it. So guys, the bottom line is, like I said in the beginning of the call, more thumbs up, more doing the activity than not is going to lead to success this month. Because those of us that didn't have our thumbs up for doing all the things, we have one person to blame, and that's thumbs in, right? I have only myself to blame for not hitting my September goals. And so we want you guys to crush October. We know that you can. Guys, they're giving away a NutriBullet, a Turbis, and a mixer. By the way, I wanted to buy one of those cute little mixer things, and I was like, no, I don't know if it's worth the money. So these are great. These are great prizes. They're great prizes for just changing 6 lives. But again, I want you guys focusing on one. Talk to each and every single person in your virtual office and get them to commit to changing one life, right? What did we say? What did we say that they're calling that? Hold on. All the other teams are calling it each one, reach one. So each one of you reach one. I love that. And they're going to get paid $55, $60.
Now you guys are gold. You got to be reaching 3 to 6.
But I'm talking about, talking about your people, reaching out to your people that are not in activity mode yet. Get them on board with each one, reach one.
No, Melissa Fox, you are the fastest growing team in Plexus. You are not in a slump. Damn it.
That's right. We're going to get past this. No more slumps. Listen, Jayla had 5 points in January and she's going for senior. and she swept the contest. Guys, that's not, it's Jayla, it's Amy, it's Aaron, it's Christine. It can be you. It's just they decided to go all in and do it and no more excuses. Bottom line.
Um,
I have a 9 o'clock I have to drop off. So I love you
Okay.
guys.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I forgot already. My squirrel brain. Go ahead. Anyone? So now it's on you guys. So I love some of these. We want another migraine event. I like the one with medical personnel. Like, I think that would be great. Whether it's you're a working nurse or doctor, or we have testimonies from nurses, doctors, physical therapists, that kind of stuff. What other kind of events that would actually motivate you to get people in them? Because for me, the generic, I said this to Amy the other day, like we try to think of like cool things and we think they're cool, but when they don't work, we're like, God, that wasn't very cool. So we're like, let's have a carnival event and give away carnival prizes. Well, people were promoting, myself included, the carnival, beautiful carnival graphic with the cotton candy machine and the ice cream machine. But no one knows what that's for. No one knows what Plexus does. They're just like, okay, cool, carnival. So that's not getting people into. So I said to Amy, I'm like, as cool as we thought that was, it was a total flop because there was 35 people in that event. I think 25 of them were ambassadors. And no one really knew how to market that event. It was just like, okay, prizes for what? I don't need. So anyway, so we do think that our marketing has to be more direct and more intentional with these events. So that is definitely something that we feel we need to work on for you guys. But if you guys want to event focus on anxiety and depression, absolutely. Busy working moms, maybe one moms of many. We can pull all some of you guys.
I like the ideas because sometimes, we don't, if you have ideas, don't be afraid to share them with us. We may be brainstorming and not coming up with something that you guys really want and need. So please.
And
just
these
share
events pop up and then we're like, oh crap, it's Monday. We have an event in 2 days. What are we, if we have them more organized ourselves, then you guys could be more organized. So we know we have fallen flat in that.
And like Erin said earlier, like we are getting sick of hearing our own selves. I'm sure you guys are getting sick of hearing us. Maybe you're feeling like, how many times do I need to hear Christine's thyroid endometriosis story? But we want to hear from you guys, and your audience wants to hear from you. Okay, so put your fears aside. I'm telling you, going live is not my strong suit. But the more I do it, the easier it is. So put your fears aside and, do it for the team. Because we need you to be sharing your amazing story with our friends as well.
I would love like a woman over 50. I mean, I'm 43, but I think that's a great one, especially triplex X factor hormones. I think we have a lot of people that can speak to that. Anyway, so what do you guys, is there anything that you guys struggle with that you want like advice from us, or hopefully we gave, there's enough motivation, and I'm so glad I didn't have to do the tough love part, and strategy.
Thanks.
I was like, Christine, how about you talk about?
Yeah, I always get the bad rep.
Oh, please. I've had my plenty share of bad rep. Sorry, 1 second. My daughter's going to be picked up. Do you, any place that you feel like you struggle? Is it just, I know a lot of you are really strong in rollers. Do you feel like silver development? Maybe you plug into the frog system that we taught about. Tanya, do you want to share what you watched Leaders in Motion today? Do you want to share a little bit about what they taught? Gonna mute yourself, sister. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the leaders in action. You caught me off guard. Hold on, I was doing something. So it was plugging your newbies in like right from the get-go on grabbing 3 people to try the products with you. Not talking about the business at all. Just, get them enrolled. tell them the regimen, drink their water, you know, all that basic stuff. And then just, I'm trying to think if I have the verbiage. I think I have it right here on my phone. One sec. You know, you can't catch me off guard like that, Erin.
Well, focus.
Okay, here we go.
I
So
can
this
pull it
is
up
her
now.
verbiage. I like to shorten it a little bit and, you know, depending on the person, change it up a little bit. But she just says, say, hey, I know you don't even have your products yet, but I would feel awful if I didn't share this with you. Can you think of 3 people who may want to do this with you? You have a referral link now, and I can give you the steps for them to get 10% off, and you can earn about $200 to $300 this month when 3 friends or family use it. Does anyone come to mind? So end it with this, end it with a question, obviously, and they don't know that they can earn money unless you tell them, and without being, you know, bringing the business into it and being salesy, you know, because a lot of people, they don't want a business. They're not looking for a business. So just let them know, you know, nonchalantly, hey, you have a referral link, you know, let's use it. Who comes to mind? You know, I think, Erin, you said it once, like, do you have a ride or die? Or
Yeah,
your
even
cousin, your neighbor?
even you can just start with 1. If 3 sounds overwhelming, hey, can
Yeah.
you think of your best friend, your ride or die, your person that you do everything with? Maybe it's your sister, your mom, your husband, your colleague. If they enroll, especially now this month, if they enroll with you, you can make $45 back in your by next Friday.
Yeah.
And you'll miss 100% of shots you don't take. So if you
Yeah.
don't say that to people, they won't do it. But what if you said it to 10 people this month and 3 of them did? And now you have 3 more people in your organization.
And
So go
they
through
say
your
don't,
level ones. Go ahead.
and they say don't wait. Do it while, you know, they're excited. They just enrolled,
Yes.
you know, where they're excited to try the products. Hopefully they can get family or friend to be excited to try with them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So obviously fresh is best. But if you haven't enrolled anyone in a little bit, go back to your old level ones or your current level ones and just, you know, try and say that. Or last month, Sarah Lai had someone who's been using Plexus on and off for years. She just asked them, can you do a pop-up party for me? And it was a stressful time because she's an Albany teacher, just went back to work, and it was like a nightmare. But she did it for Sarah, and no enrollments came out of it then, but there are people interested. And when her friend can focus a little bit, I know enrollments will come from that. Veronica's girl, Penelope, I think she did 7 events this last month. She had a ton of pop-ups, you know, and she had them with different teams, different people on her team, different audiences. So
That's awesome.
build the door, walk through it.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording. I think.